Terve! Welcome to Kepperis Garage. So in this episode, let's restore the scooter tires or the wheels. The rims are super dirty and also the bearings are in awful shape and also other parts are rusted. So let's see if we can get them nice and shiny. Welcome to Observe. Alright, people of the internet, here we are again with a bunch of different kind of sanding and polishing tools. Thanks for Kalle, redblack.fi or Työkalumagasiini here in Lahti. Super good service, non-paid advertisement. But in short, here's a couple of different kind of sanding tools. So here we have 2000 grit, like smooth sanding sponge. Then there is this cool sanding, it's like fabric, but you can do the sanding with them. It's 800 grit, 1000 and 1500 grit. Then we go smoother. There is this adapter for drill, so I can attach this kind of like polishing sponge, sheep wool it says. Then we have metal polishing cream and couple of other kind of drill bits for the smaller corners of the wheel. So I'm pretty sure I can have something shiny happening with all these kind of tools. But before we can start doing things, I also got this tip that people who know what they are doing are like having the wheel on some sort of tool which rotates the wheel. When it's rotating, you can easily sand down all the crappy parts of the wheel, so you don't need to do this. So let the other things do the work for you. But what we are missing here is the other things. So now I probably should figure out how to make the wheel turn. We could probably have the standing drill do the work for us. So I have the possibility to adjust the revolutions in the drill, and it would be pretty simple to just create some sort of bit here which turns, and then we create another kind of thing which will be here, bolted here, and this will be there. You can take it out from there, then you can flip it around and do the other side. That would be probably the best idea. We need to have something to turn this with. The height is probably just fine. Let's see if I have some old drill bit here. What is this, guys? It's the RC car wheel connected with bolt, and it's gonna turn the thing, right? Let's see. I'm not sure if I can get it onto the drill and whether it's too big radius. I mean, if it's gonna turn like crazy. So let's see. Let's see. Let's just mock this up for now and see if it's anyhow possible to make it work. It's a little bit difficult to connect. It's gonna stay there. Then we need the power. Is this going to be there? What the fuck? Is my drill broken? Don't be broken. Alright. Perfect. Now we need to control the speed. That's lowest it can go. And we can also make it do. Yes. That's perfect, hey. So next we need to find something to mount this against. I was trying different kind of things, but I was figuring out that maybe I can use the smaller vise to hook up some sort of temporary axle, and then we just bang in the old bearings, like not completely in but enough ways down so that we can turn the wheel easily and it's not twisting around that much. Like so. Then we should be able to screw that in there, like against the inner lip of the bearing. It should be sturdy enough. I think it will work. Let's see if we can put these two inventions together. How can I lock it? Go, go! Don't stop! Let's try if it works with the... It actually works! I think we need to go a little bit higher RPMs. Perfect, perfect. Now we need to just do the deed. I think these inventions are more or less rewarding parts of the project to come up with something like this. Of course, I got the tip that people are using some sort of device to turn the wheels, but now I have one too. That's great. Okay, let's start sanding the wheel. So this is how it looks before. So I will start with 800 grit and move to 1000, then I will go to 1500 and then the 2000 grit. I will squirt some water there while I'm sanding it, so let's see how it goes. Alright, here we are after a bunch of sanding. It looks more shiny. I'm not sure what I did actually expect. It's super smooth, of course, after like lots of sanding. I think I did hope that it will turn completely like new, but of course all those dents are like super deep and it won't be possible to have it like completely without all the small like traces of the age. Sure, I could do the sanding like so far that it will completely remove layers of metal out from this, but most of the cracks are so deep that we will end up grinding through the whole rim, so it's probably not what we want to do. So let's see. We can always compare it to the other side and see what was the result after all. A bunch of water. So here we have the done part. this is the other side. And I can actually tell the difference by just looking this now. This is actually like lots more cratery than the other side. It's like lots shinier than the other side. So maybe we are making some progress here. Let's see, I will do the other side now, and because this is like easier shape. If this turns out to be super cool, then we know that we can do it also for the other side. And welcome to the future, everybody. It's 6 months after the previous take, and what has happened during that? Well, I cleaned up the rear wheel too. Nothing special there, the same as this one, even though it was a little bit more muddy, and I think there was also some sort of paint at the top of the like the metal. But now it's clean and shiny. I cleaned them with wire wheel like you already saw, but I also applied some metal polishing paste and some microcloth. So there should be some sort of like small layer of that also. And I also cleaned up the other wheels guts. There was some stuff I want to replace, like a couple of these washers were super rusty, so I went and searched for replacements, and I got some there, and I have new bearings. So how about we start putting things back together now? Let's start by putting together the main axle in here. Other stuff will be around it. So I will fetch the axle. It's inside in a freezer, so I can get the bearings on the axle easier. Then when the bearings, well, one of the bearings are in the axle, I can put it in here. Then we need to slide in the other bearing from here. That's the plan, at least. Along with the other stuff, like the blueberries and things, there is these axles. So here are the axles. So here we have this one. Let's see how the bearing is going in. Now that the axle is froze. Is it going in at all? I was hoping for a bit easier ways. Let's see. Should probably have something to hit it with. This one, but now I need also something big enough to fit in there, like this guy. So I will carefully start pounding this in. Yeah, not working that well, so I will use the vise. So let's try to bang it in with the vise. That's nice. Now we should be able to put it in here somehow. How that's gonna be possible? I would need something again to bang it in with. This here. So that the axle has way to go there. And now we try to do this. seems to be okay from this side. We also need to have the other bearing in there somehow. But let's, until this comes completely warm, let's put in the other bearing too. This is for the back wheel. This is now basically done its purpose, so to say. So let's put in this one. Maybe I use some lube also. First slight tapping with the hammer, then we go to the bench. Yes, sirs. And here we have the other one. Yes, we are in there now. Great. And so the other stuff we need to have here is these. And they will be now flush with the bearing. With the things. Alright. So that's the package. But should we add some grease there? I think we should. Little bit of this guy. So this is just your regular grease. Like Vaseline or what is this? I'm not sure actually what it is. So let's still add grease in there. I think it will, at least it will keep the moisture away. A little bit at least. So the bearing itself is closed. So that doesn't need that much of a Vaseline or anything. But I'm just worried about the pushing, grinding against the axle. Yeah. But is it possible to have this there? All right. So let's try to buzz it in. Because it feels that it starts okay, but stops there. But let's not ruin it. Are we doing just that? Maybe I can go with this one. Then I... Yep, all good. The problem with the buzzer is that you cannot really feel how tight it is. But with the normal, just torquing it without hammer, it's easier to feel that it's either it's like super tight or then it's like completely good. And this was completely good. So, yep. I think this is the next step then. Little WD-40 doesn't hurt in there. Yes, so this here. We put in the grease too. On this side again. Tiny slump of grease there. Just to keep the moist away. So before we put anything else in here, let's put together also the brakes. Probably a little bit grease. Not too much because we are dealing with brakes here, but just to lube the shaft, so to say. And this is not flying around there that much because of the thickness of the grease. So I'm sure we can use that. Yes. Then we have these ones. We have numbers in these brake pads. This is number 2. It's threads here. And here we have number 1 in there. So this is number 1, this is number 2. So number 1 goes here. Probably. Number 2 goes here. Like so. After the pads are in, we have slight gap there where to put the spring, and it's like gonna be between these two. So let's see how it goes. I should probably use some kind of tool, but let's first try these natural tools we have. How is this possible? Ouch! It's a little bit on the tight side. Can I do it like... Nope. So this should be able to pump in there. Alright, it's almost in there. Need to push it down just a bit. I would say it's in there now. Perfect. So that's together. Let's do what next? We can probably install that inside there now. But first we need the guts in there, so this guy, then the shield, from where are these, by the way, coming from? Yeah, so I'm trying to figure out where to put these plastic things. So do I need to have one here? And I guess one will fit on the other wheel. One will fit on the other wheel. So I'm thinking that it's supposed to seal up this part. But I have no clue how it would help anything being there. I don't know. I put one in there and we go from there. And the other one will be on the other wheel. More grease. Grease inside this speedometer case so that the gear is having better chance of life. I'm not actually sure if I even have the speedometer cable, but I think I ordered all the cables for this a while ago. So, yep. Alright, nice and greasy. So, yes, then we just put it on there, I guess. Probably some grease over the top of that one too. Let's see if I can get it more down. There's fairly small amount of threads visible there. So. Yeps, now it's better. All right. Nice. Let's buzz that in there. This guy. All right. I still want to have some sort of, like, I want to feel it with my hand so that I know that it's good. Yeah, that's probably fine. All right, ladies and gentlemen, mandolinos. We have the first thing almost completed. I think I will just mock the braking things up here so that I can actually fine tune it whenever I know how them needs to be tuned. So I know that the brake cable will be sitting here, so the pull is coming from this way. So yes, let's add this here for now. And we will probably need to tweak it whenever we got the cables and stuff like that. But let's not go too far yet. At least the brake is working. Alright, nice. So what do we want to do next? Well, we probably want to go on and do the other wheel too. And here we have the rear wheel. Unfortunately, I'm missing the nut from here. And I'm not sure, did I even had that one? Or have I just lost it? Both scenarios are possible. If I can't find it, I need to go on and buy it from somewhere. It's not your normal nut. It has like lots of thicker density on the threads, so we'll need to see what we come up with. But in meanwhile, I was thinking that I could probably install the rear sprocket, because we have that here. I'm not sure where are all the other hardware. I think I don't even have them. But let's see. Do we have the correct sprocket? Yep, looks correct. Then there's the washer. That's basically it. So the washer's idea is to lock in the nuts. So these will turn against the nut surface so it doesn't come loose on its own. So I'll do a little bit of this beforehand so that it's easier to tap them whenever the bolts are there. That's now done. Perfect. So the tire, I guess. Let's see how it goes. So I have the inner tubes and some sort of protection rubber. So this will be between the rim and the inner tube. This kind of thing, and we need to aim it here. So then the inner tube, hope that this matches, should match. So that one off, this one off, and that should fit into the hole, like so. Then we need to blow in some air. So yeah, I have not done this earlier, so yes, this is my first time, so let's see how it goes. I have some soapy water here, which I'm applying now to the bead, like here, so it's nice and slippery. Then I switch it around and start twiggling it in there. I have some tools here also, so let's see how it goes. I don't know if this is even the correct way to go, but like said, there is first time for everything. it starts going in there. Seems so. What a nice relief. Whew. That's there. But what do we do with it? How am I able to have the what to do now? I knew this would wreck my nerves, but let's see. Should I first put in here the tube and then try to get it out? Something. This is actually easier to push in from a ball. It goes almost itself in there. So maybe now a little bit air for the tire to set in. Yeah, so now it's sitting nicely against the tire, like the inner tube. So now this one's still in and we are done. One more. Darn, geez, it's hard work. But I think it's in there. No idea whether I blew already the inner tube because of all the force needed to be used, but we can put in the air and see what happens. Something like that. .5 bar. Sounds nice. Yep. What do you think? At least it's prettier than it was earlier. And functional. That was the first one. I will do same tricks for another one and then bring you back. Ta-da! The wheels are done, everybody! I'm still missing one nut from there, but that I will get on Monday. So let's consider this small bit of the larger project completed, and we can move on to the next parts. So, unfortunately, the tire, like the white walls of the tires, has gotten some sort of dirt in it, but I'm sure it will come off from there. But otherwise they are looking just fantastic. And hopefully they are also built up correctly, so they will spin in correct direction instead of against each other. That's physically impossible, but hey, all things happens. Yep, so let's put these aside and think about the future. Alright, so everybody, that's the wheels done. Thanks for hanging out so far, and please leave some comments, hit like, subscribe the channel if you like this kind of stuff. There will be like bunch of other mopeds also coming up. Yeah, so I'm planning to have the scooter done over the winter time, so I can get it on the road on next summer. So let's see how that goes now that the camper van project is on hold, so to say. Yes, but thanks everyone. Come back again.